Alrighty, welcome back everyone. So, in this lesson we're going to go through 7th note chords and using those notes for the melody. So we're just adding one note extra on each of them. So with our 1 minor chord, our 7th note of that scale would be B flat, which we already know. So we're going to add a B flat to that one. Our 4 chord is A flat, so we're going to add a G, normal G to that one, and we're going to add an E flat to this F minor chord, and then we're going to add, if we were going to add something, we would be using the dominant 7, so then it basically leads back and it would be an A flat, but for this lesson we're not going to use this last note as an option. So here we go. As you might have noticed over here on the side, I've adjusted, so if you double click where the name is, then you'll be able to change the name accordingly. So I've just done that to help you. Remember, I've muted these other ones that we've already done, so then you don't get confused. I've selected another pluck type, so you can hear an example, and we have these grids broken up into 16 boxes per bar, so 16th notes, so then we can get those syncopated rhythms that we talked about with the dotted quavers happening. Okay, so just so we're clear, we have C, E flat, G, and B flat as our options in this first one. This B flat could be here or it could be down here. Either, they're the same thing. Okay, so we're going to use those notes to build our melody. Here we go. Let me just select these, get rid of the ones I don't want. Here we go. Let's start. Okay, so again we're using the syncopated rhythm that we talked about in the previous lesson, and we're now using this B flat as a way to add a little bit of extra flavour to make our music more interesting for the listener. So here is the start that we're going to go with. Is this a G? Yes. Okay, so here we go. Let's play it again for you. So that bottom note, that B flat, because it's the 7th note, it adds real flavour to what we're doing. Okay, so we have this G is also going to be in the next chord because it's the 7th of our A flat major chord. So we're going to use that note and the other 3, A flat, E flat, and C, as the building blocks for this melody. So G, E flat, C, and then we're going to go back to the E flat. By the way, as you go, I would recommend you play it along, play it as you create it, so you can work out whether it sounds good or not. I've already prepared this earlier, so we're going to go with that. This is satisfactory to get the points across that we're going for. So remember, we have this B flat and this G, which are notes of the 7th note of the chord, which give us the extra flavour. Here we go. Let's hear it. All right, and so continuing on, we have our F minor chord, which has an E flat in it, which we're going to play around with a little bit. It's known what I wanted to do, so that's lovely. Remember, I'm using these syncopated rhythms because often in electronic, whoops, I started on the wrong note though. Often in electronic dance music, those syncopated rhythms are used to give that particular kind of effect to the song. So here we go. F, and then we're going down to the E flat, which normally wasn't in the note choices for this chord when we first did it, but we're adding the 7th note, which happens to be an E flat, and then we have our B flat chord. We're not using the 7th in this chord, but you'll get the idea anyway. I hope. And then resolving back down on the B flat. Here we go. Let's hear it. I'm going to loop it this time for the right length. Here we go. Perfect. All right.